Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back at you with some more fragrance content because it's been a minute. I actually have a fragrance video that I filmed a while ago that I never posted that I will post. That is my most complimented fragrances. I had so many things going on and so many deadlines to meet that video just kept getting pushed around, and eventually I just forgot about it. So don't worry, that video is coming because there are a couple on that list and I'm like, yeah, I need to make sure y'all know about that because the way people have been running your girl down asking what that fragrance is, honey. But today we are here to talk about my spring fragrance stash. So spring is in the air. If you live in North Carolina, that means that it's really, really cold in the morning and then hot as hell in the afternoon. And then kind of somewhere in between spring, fall, summer, in the evening. That's where we're at. I remember someone commented saying something about they wish they lived in North Carolina because the weather's so nice. And I'm like, you must not have been in North Carolina long because no, it's not. I'm really excited to share some of these spring fragrances with you guys. I have 13 fragrances to show you guys in this video today. All of them smell bomb. All of them are perfect for this season. So if you're interested in seeing what fragrances I'm pulling out for the springtime, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start with, of course, you know, Dossier Perfumes. Y'all know me and Dossier like peanut butter and jelly. I love Dossier Perfumes. They just have amazing fragrances for a great price point. If you haven't tried anything from Dossier Perfumes, they are an affordable fragrance company that does inspired fragrances. They're all like luxury quality, made in France, vegan and cruelty free, just bomb products. I love their aesthetic. It's nice, easy, simple, and clean. And the fragrances are amazing. So I have 3 here in my spring collection. These are all fragrances that are going to be perfect for spring for different occasions. So the first one I have is Floral Lavender, and this is inspired by YSL Libre. And y'all, they nailed it. They nailed it. First of all, I love YSL Libre. It took me a minute to fall for it, but now that I've worn the fragrance more, I really appreciate it. I don't own the original, but I do own the Intense, which you guys will see in a video coming after this because I have a fragrance haul coming. So the notes on this are mandarin, neroli, and blackcurrant. The middle notes are jasmine, lavender, orange blossom, and the base is vanilla, amber, and musk. This is a beautiful, I would say slightly androgynous lavender vanilla fragrance. The lavender in here is sharp. It's present, and that's why I say this is kind of androgynous because lavender shows up in a lot of like men's fragrances. I'm someone who really loves lavender. Lavender is bae for me. Like, I love some lavender. This is a beautiful blend, but it's not the same type of lavender and vanilla blend that you get in like Guerlain from Guerlain. Like, it's not that type of lavender vanilla scent. Guerlain has like a juiciness to it, and there's a level of femininity to the fragrance that is just really hard to explain and grasp, but it's there. This is definitely more androgynous. Honestly, if I caught a dude wearing this, I'd be like, damn, you smell good, boo. Like, in the words of my girl, Sheree C. Lewis, man, boy, woman, child, all of them, like a human. Like, I like the original for like spring and summer, and the Intense version for fall and winter because it has that amped up ambery vanilla. But this is bomb. This has a level of transparency to it in the fragrance that makes it perfect for spring. So I'm really hyped about wearing this. This is definitely going to be one of my everyday fragrances for the springtime. Next one I have is Woody Sandalwood, and this is inspired by the ever so popular Le Labo Santal 33. And again, definitely, it's very much spot on. Honestly, like, Santal 33 is so good, but I find that it's very easily dupable. I actually have a oil diffuser that I keep downstairs, And I have a fragrance oil that literally smells exactly like this and smells exactly like Santal 33. The top notes are violet leaves and cardamom. The middle notes are orris, ambrox, cedarwood, and cypriol. And the base notes are musk, sandalwood, and amber. You definitely get a lot of the cardamom in this fragrance. That cedarwood is ever prevalent. But there's also something very aquatic about this fragrance that I love. It's, like I said, it's very much spot on. Someone who knows Santal 33 will absolutely 100% walk up to you and ask you, are you wearing Santal 33? Like, it's that type of fragrance. It's so good. Now, this for me is perfect for rainy days. There is something about this that really, like, when you walk outside and it's raining and that rain hits your skin and you're wearing this, there's something about it that is unmatched. It's not a fragrance that I would wear every day, but it's definitely perfect for those springtime rainy days. You're locked in the house and you just want to feel cozy. Yeah, heavy on the cardamom, the cedarwood, that musk and amber. The sandalwood really grounds the fragrance, but like I said, there's something kind of aquatic to it that makes me think of rain, and that's why I like to wear this fragrance on days when it's raining. It's really, really nice, and another one that I highly suggest from Dossier. And the last one is Floral Jasmine. Y'all, I'm obsessed with this. Honestly, I feel like this is one that you could totally get away with year-round if you really wanted to. Just in the summertime, go really light with it. But this is inspired by Tom Ford Jasmine Rouge. I've never tried the original fragrance. I've heard amazing things about it, but this smells so good. There's neroli, cardamom, bergamot, and pepper in the top. There is jasmine, sambac, ylang ylang, and broom flower in the heart, and labdanum, clary sage, and vanilla in the base. This is a very sensual jasmine and vanilla fragrance. It's almost a little doughy. I don't know if the original, like if Tom Ford Jasmine Rouge pulls a little doughy, but this does on me. And it just smells like just so edible and sensual. This is going to be beautiful on those spring days when you're like heading out, you're dressed up, you feeling yourself, you know you look pretty, like you know you look good. And you throw this on top of everything. The face is beat. The hair is in place, the outfit on point, shoes, yes, jewelry, absolutely, And then you throw this on, oh girl, you might find you a husband. You might find someone trying to be a husband even though you already got a husband. I'm just saying, there's a chance that that very well may happen. This is so feminine, it's pretty, there's definitely a sensuality to the fragrance. And I love it. I feel like this is the type of fragrance that's going to be so good in that like fresh, crisp spring air. You have all these flowers blooming around you and it's just warm enough for it to kind of, you know, kind of play with the fragrance, but it's cool enough to where that fragrance just carries and it just makes, I don't know, like there's something about spring air that makes your fragrances even airier. This is bomb. So I highly suggest all three of these. Of course, I do have a code with Dossier Perfumes. This video is not sponsored, but I do have a code for you to use down below in the description box if you would like to purchase some fragrances from them. They're just one of my favorite companies, and I also like that you can try their products risk-free. So when you get your bottle of perfume, you'll get them in a nice little box along with a little sample. You can spray the sample, see if you like it. If you love it, great, keep it. And then if you don't, then just package it back up. As long as you haven't opened your perfume, you can send it back risk-free, which I love. So I love the quality of their fragrances. They last forever on my skin. They're so good. Let's go a totally different route. This is the Les Notes Gourmands from Reminiscence, and this is the fragrance Guimauve. I love this fragrance so much. This is a very aromatic take on a marshmallow fragrance. This has, I believe, bergamot. There's some mint in here. Really, the mint is what comes out to me. And there is like marshmallow and musk in here. This fragrance definitely sits closer to the skin I really haven't worn this out because I feel like it gets a little lost in that really stark cold air. This is definitely like a great cuddling scent. This is going to be so good in the springtime because I feel like those aromatic notes in the top are really going to just bring out that fragrance and that spring air. I love this because it's not just sweet, you know what I mean? It's sweet, but there's more, there's character. It's going to make people think. This is one that I feel like you may not get a lot of compliments wearing, but it still smells amazing. It's just a little bit more difficult to understand, but I love this fragrance so much. I just love the way it develops on my skin. It just makes me smell so good, so yummy. Like I said, this kind of reminds me of those multicolored marshmallows. That's kind of what I think when I smell this, but there definitely are those herbally, you know, kind of almost like effervescent notes in the top that really make this a different type of a marshmallow gourmand fragrance. So I love this so much. If you can get your hands on it, definitely do. I will try to put a link in the description of where I got this one. But it seems like these days, every time I go to look it up, it's sold out. So if I can find somewhere that still has it, I will link it. But it is so good. Highly suggest if you love sweet gourmands, but you want something just a little bit different. The next one, I haven't worn this in a minute, and I have been waiting for the springtime to bust this back out. This is Insolence by Guerlain. This is the EDT, that beautiful bee bottle. This is a really beautiful powdery violet fragrance. Yeah. It smells like violet candies. There's a little bit of musk in here, but it's mostly like that powdery violet. It is uber sweet, like uber sweet. This is such a sweet fragrance, and this definitely is a fragrance that not everybody is going to love. This is different. If you put this on, you're going to walk out of the house and you're not going to smell like anyone else. Even though this is an EDT, it lasts forever. Like, I had like a little kimono that I sprayed this on last year, and it smelled like Insolence until I washed it. Like, it lasts. It's so good. There is some transparency to the fragrance, so it's not super duper heady, but it is very sweet and very powdery. If you've ever smelled violet and you like the scent of violet, then I think that you will really enjoy this. But this is definitely one that I would suggest smelling before you purchase because it is so different. It's not like anything out there. This is totally in a league of its own, but I love it. It's so good. So yeah, Insolence EDT by Guerlain. Bomb. I can't wait to rock this some more because I have been waiting to bust her back out. Right, and this is one of my favorite everyday perfumes, but I've been wearing something else every day. And I've kind of been waiting for it to get a little bit warmer for me to wear this because this does really shine bright in the springtime. And this is Bvlgari Omnia Crystalline. This is one of my favorite everyday perfumes. And I love this because it's clean, it's fresh, and it has a little bit of warmth. There's some lotus and some musk in here. It's very aquatic. This just makes you smell put together. Like, you smell like you have your entire life in order. Finances on fleek. Car note paid off. Like, it's just that type of fragrance. Like, I wouldn't say it's a boss bitch fragrance. You just smell like one of those people that just has your life together. Like, I don't know. That's just how this comes off to me. You can see that it's one of my favorites because I have used a lot of this. It's so good. Like I said, it's nice. It's a watery fragrance, but there's warmth to it. And there's just a little bit of powderiness to it. So it really sits on the skin well. It develops on the skin really well. And on me, I get like 6 to 7 hour wear. So I love this. The note of that lotus and the musk just coming together with those aquatic notes it's just everything. This is one of my perfect everyday scents. Like, if I could only have, like, if I had to throw out everything and I could only have one fragrance, I feel like this would be a really safe one to go with because it's good for every occasion. No matter when you go out, it's going to smell great and you're going to get compliments on it. I get lots of compliments when I wear this. So Bvlgari Omnia Crystalline is definitely one that I'm going to be rocking a lot. I have the feeling that by the time I get to the end of this season, I'm gonna have to buy another one. And then this is one, I mean, she's the queen, the mother. I love this so much. And I really love to wear this in the springtime. I wore this a little bit in the wintertime, but this is like definitely a spring scent. I got this spring last year, and that is House of Sillage Cheveaux. Y'all, this is a beautiful tart strawberry and Turkish rose fragrance. This has Turkish rose, there's Bulgarian rose in here. It has a really nice strawberry note, and I think there's a little bit of vanilla in this too. It is a really beautiful creamy rose with a little bit of tartness to it. I would say if you really like Parfums de Marly, Delina, I think you will really enjoy this. They have a very similar vibe. They're not the same types of fragrances because this doesn't have any type of spice or anything in there like Delina does. But it's definitely in that same realm. Listen, when they say House of Sillage, the sillage is crazy. The potency is crazy. Like 3 sprays max. This lasts all day. If you spray it on something, you better be ready to wash it because it will last until you clean the item. It is going to last. If it gets in your hair, you're going to smell it in your hair until you wash it. Like, it is strong. This, like, I love the House of Sillage packaging. Some people think it's tacky. Some people think it's gaudy. I really don't care. I think it's beautiful. It's heavy. You have all those Swarovski crystals on it, but the fragrance itself is just beautiful. This just smells like, if I were a princess, this is what I would wear. It's just, there's something kind of regal about this fragrance. It's so pretty. It's so sexy. If you really want to smell like super feminine, this is a really good one to go with. I love this fragrance. Definitely, I would say crowd pleasing. I get lots of compliments on this when I wear it, but it's also one that when you put this on, nobody's going to smell like you because there is a uniqueness to the fragrance. So I absolutely 100% highly recommend Cheveaux for the spring. I do think I'm going to end up getting Benevolence at some point. And there's another one that Sheree Lewis talks about a lot that I want to get my hands on too. All right, next up is Giorgio Armani C Fiori. Love this fragrance. This is another one that is really good. I feel like either fall or spring is when this fragrance really shines, because it's definitely a more fluffy, marshmallowy version of the original C from Armani. It has that black currant. It still has that nice sweet vanilla base, but there's definitely the marshmallowy, powdery aspect to it, which smells really, really great when it comes to like that type of like spring air. If you really want to go like sweet, but you still want to go like kind of traditional, you want to smell classic, but you just want to smell a little bit sweeter, this is a really good one to go for. I have been using this a lot, especially now that the seasons have started to change. I don't know how much I have left, but I know there's a dent in it. I can hear it. So yeah, I love Armani C, and I really love C Fiori. It's just so fluffy. There is more of an innocence and a delicate nature to this fragrance compared to the original. So yeah, C Fiori, definitely one that I'm going to be pulling out a lot this season. This one is from Maison Lancome, and this is Parfait de Roses. She looks like in the bottle. Absolutely beautiful. I just did like a really pretty like post on Instagram of Oud Bouquet because I'm so sad that I'm gonna have to stop using that. I love Oud Bouquet. It's so good. It was definitely like one of my favorite fragrances for wintertime, but now it's getting warmer, and I feel like this fragrance really shines. Now in the hot months, you cannot wear this. This is just it's too balsamic, it's too sweet, it's too powdery. But in seasons like this, when it's just cool but a little warm, this is perfect. Parfait de Roses. This is really nice because it's a very sweet sweet powdery rose. It smells like a rose dessert kind of. So there's like rose liqueur in here. It's very powdery. There's some woody notes in here, but it's mostly like powdery, like balsamic syrupy rose, like that, a powdery rose liqueur. It smells very good, but you have to be particular about how you spray this. Definitely like further away from the body. I do the same thing with Oud Bouquet. Further away from the body, I would say 3 sprays max is all you need. The projection is amazing, but this smells so pretty. This is another one of those fragrances that it's very different. It's very unique. No one's gonna smell like you when you walk out of the house. It's so good. It's one that I really don't have a dent in because, I mean, you don't have to spray a lot at all. But yeah, it's a very powdery, balsamic, syrupy, sweet rose liqueur fragrance. And it smells so good. It's a very pretty scent. It's not really dated, even though it's powdery. I don't find this to be dated or mature. There's a youthfulness to this fragrance. It's a little difficult to explain, but it's so good. So now that her sister is in the vault, I'm going to be pulling her out more. I love this one so much. And apparently Maison Lancome launched a couple of new fragrances. There's a jasmine one and there's a peony one, and I want both of them. And I'm too broke for this life, man. Like, next up, Prada La Femme. This is another one that is amazing for all year round. But man, there's something about this fragrance in the springtime. This has beeswax. It has it's definitely like a waxy white floral. A little sweet. Has a honey vibe in there, which I think comes from the beeswax. I believe there's jasmine here, and I want to say there's neroli in here as well. But it kind of comes off like a honeysuckle in the fragrance. This is so good. Another one that I get tons of compliments on, and one that I have literally worn to death. I had to put it down because I was like, I'm not trying to repurchase this right now. This smells so good, y'all. This is very creamy. It really just melts into your skin and makes you smell like a goddess, like clean, put together. But that beeswax really just makes it smell like it's one with your skin, which I love. So if you're looking for a really good everyday fragrance for the springtime, you're not trying to go too rosy, you're not trying to go too sweet, you just want to smell feminine and put together, you need Prada La Femme. I think I got this on FragranceNet. It's just so good. I'm probably gonna have to buy another bottle of this at the end of the season because damn, it's good. This one I only have a travel size of because I'm not quite sure if I want to go for the full size. And that is Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. This is so popular, and no one else is willing to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. Rihanna don't wear this no more. Y'all done beat this thing to death. Rihanna don't wear this thing no more. She don't want to smell like the rest of y'all. She want to smell like her. Rihanna don't wear this shit no more. You don't smell like Rihanna. As soon as, I'm positive as soon as that leaks, she probably stopped wearing this. This is another marshmallow fragrance. This is marshmallow, neroli. I almost sprayed myself in the face with that. Yeah. This is a very sweet marshmallow and neroli fragrance. There's some similarities to the Guimauve fragrance, and there's also some similarities for me to Dolce & Gabbana Parfum. It's really good though. I like it. Kind of gives me like a Sweet Tarts vibe. I like it, but I don't see myself going head over heels for it. I get compliments on it because it smells really good and it's strong. This is definitely one of those your man will eat you up types of fragrances. It's definitely a gourmand, definitely edible. I mean, I put it on and it makes my own mouth water. But I'm not convinced that I want a full bottle of it. So I'm going to keep wearing it throughout the spring and I'll decide and I'll let y'all know what I think if Love Don't Be Shy is full bottle worthy. But It is a beautiful fragrance, perfect for those really, really like sweet, fluffy gourmand lovers. And I like that addition of the neroli. It's not as like pungent as the one in Dolce & Gabbana Parfum. It's better blended too. So you can definitely get the quality in the fragrance for sure. I'm just not convinced that I want a full bottle of it yet. Of course, for spring, Dolce & Gabbana had to be in here. This is L'Impératrice. And this is a fresh, fruity fragrance, very aquatic, very transparent. This is t-shirt and jeans with some clear heels and a nice bag. This has a melon note to it. It's a little tart. To me, this smells like watermelon and nectarines. It's so good. It's spring, summer without being that coconutty sunscreen type of fragrance. I love this. I've actually had this like for years. This is one of the first perfumes I purchased. It was Armani C, and then I bought this, and I only wear this in the spring and summer. And it's so good. It's not too sweet. There's a tartness in there that makes this, I don't know, like not unbearable, you know? Like this had potential to go left, and it didn't. This is amazing. Like I said, t-shirt and jeans type of fragrance every day. This is definitely one I'm going to be switching out with the Bvlgari Omnia Crystalline because it's bomb. I love this. If you just want to smell nice and fresh and clean, but just a touch fruity, not too much, this is perfect. This is one of those that like, it's just like a dumb grab. Like if you don't know what else to wear that day, grab this and you're gonna smell bomb, straight up. And last but not least, this is one I don't talk about a lot. This is Elie Saab Girl of Now. Where is the front? There we go. This is a really beautiful orange blossom, pistachio, and almond fragrance. This is so good. But I have to be particular about when I wear this too, because it's strong. This has projection, like it's strong. What I love about this is that I love pistachio and I love almond, but orange blossom, and it just gives it a little bit of like a juiciness. But when it dries down, there is this cashmere in the base that makes it smell like a warm blanket, you know? I love it. And I love wearing this in the springtime because it's the perfect amount of like bright spring energy, but like a cozy vibe. This is beautiful. You will get compliments wearing this. It is very sweet. I wouldn't classify this as a gourmand because the cashmere in this kind of gives it like that kind of fabric softener vibe, but it still has those edible notes in it. And so you will definitely get compliments on this. People will tell you you smell like a snack. It smells so good. And I love wearing it during this season. So I'm a big fan of this. Like I said, almond, pistachio, orange blossom, and a little bit of that cashmere in the base to kind of make everything just smell like a cozy, you know, like blanket. Like I'm with it. I love it. So I love this fragrance so much. So yeah, that is Elie Saab Girl of Now. And that is the last fragrance on my list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, what fragrances are you wearing for spring? And I actually think that I'm going to be doing a spring fragrance wish list because there are some other things that I want to pick up and add to my collection for the seasons coming up. So let me know, are you interested in seeing that video? Because there are a few things that I want to pick up. Of course, I will have all the information on Dossier Perfumes in the description box below. Make sure you check them out and pick up some fragrances that speak to you because they are bomb. And also let me know what other fragrances are you digging on this list. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.